today, and let's see, we got the mask on, and everything's been dry. We haven't taken any chances, but the mask does make them look a lot tougher. So we're hoping that'll help them a little bit.
Is there a possibility then for this meeting?
I don't think so, but again, we're going to see the doctor today, and his family and his people want to see him back, and we want to see him back, but we'll just have to wait and see what the doctor says.
Arizona, not quite the size they had in the past, with a little more versatility throughout their roster, it seems like.
Yeah, no, they've got really good athletes, and not the size they had in the previous season, but everybody's athletic, and a bunch of guys that visited here. We wanted Ira Lee and Brandon Randolph, Brandon Williams. Those guys all visited here, and we tried to get a visit out of Chase Jeter. So, they got really good players, we think, because we sure wanted all of them, and talented team. But just not as big as some of his previous teams.
The other day against SC, just how much better were you than, say, even just a week before in the Civil War? It seemed like a significant in terms of ball movement and chemistry.
Yeah, no,
our
ball
like
movement did get a lot better, but now, Arizona creates more problems because defensively, their man-to-man pressure is different, which will really put a premium on us handling the ball and making plays. I think I mentioned, the first 12 minutes, 13 minutes of the second half against USC, we didn't have any turnovers, which enabled us to build a pretty good lead. And that's going to be important against both Arizona and Arizona State, that they try to generate turnovers, and their pressure can cause turnovers. We're going to have to handle the ball and do a really good job there.
Is that improved ball handling or ball movement, just more conscious of it, or did you alter anything?
I think so. We spent a lot of time working at it, but I think the guys really saw the benefit of getting that ball inside out. Some of the shots that we did get, I thought they recognized how much better those shots were than some of the previous ones we'd been getting. So, I think that the ball movement had some good results, which encouraged our guys. And, today we took yesterday off, so we'll come back today and tomorrow and see if we can increase that ball movement and try to get ready for some of the pressure that we'll see this weekend.
These last couple of weeks, Dana, is arguably the best couple of weeks' performances of Paul's career. Obviously, some of it is necessity and opportunity, but he still has to meet that opportunity. If he doesn't perform, then it doesn't mean anything. What does it mean to have a guy in that spot come through where he's performing at this level right now for you?
Well, you really want to see a senior, do those kind of things, and the things that really showed the team. He took 4 charges this weekend, and those are so unselfish. Taking charge is the most unselfish play in basketball, and he took 4 of them and really put us in position in both those games with his defense. And then to see him have the success offensively, I don't know if he was putting too much pressure on himself early. The shot just wasn't falling, and he struggled with that. But Paul's real easy to work with. He wants what's best for the team. As a 5th-year senior, he's really mature. I've been on him to try to lead this group more because, I think the guys really like him and trust him. Like I said, we're halfway through his senior year. I sure hope that he has a real strong finish, not only for our team, but for Paul. This is his 3rd year here. He was a redshirt the year we had the Final Four team, and I want him to have a good year for him because he graduated. He's working on masters. He's working on extra classes. He's done everything we've asked him to do. So I just like to see him go out on top.
He's been pretty unselfish. In a perfect world, what role would he play, and how different have the things been that you've needed him to do the last couple of years?
Well, a year ago, our turnover was so great. Until Mikhail got going. Mikhail really struggled early. And then when he got going, he and Paul and Kenny, we started playing better, you know, and those three guys. But you know, and this year he's a perfect complement to Bull because he passes the ball so well and he can stretch the defense. Both of those guys could. So you know, he just wasn't playing good, you know, and you know, that happens to guys. Guys, you know, think 31 games, going to play great every game. It just doesn't happen. And but his passing, his defense, his leadership, you know, those are the things I thought he could give us, and he struggled with that because the ball wasn't going through the hole, which is human nature. So, you know, again, he's really got good basketball savvy. You know, I'm hoping he and Luke can continue to connect like they've been connecting. You know, again, hitting open shots is a big part of it. You know, we had 32 threes against UCLA, and looking at the film, 29 of them I thought were pretty good looks. You know, we only hit 8, and then we have 24 against USC, and in my estimation, 23 of them were pretty good looks. We hit one real tough one, so I take that out of it. But you know, we're 12 for 23. You know, so you know, you just those nights where you shoot it looks pretty good, and some nights when that ball's not going, it doesn't look quite the same. But making shots for Paul, making shots for Lou, and getting those two guys 1-2 punch really gave us an opportunity.
The scoring from Lou the last couple of weeks, just kind of the guys he now physically with his health and everything in the flow of the game. Kind of
I don't think people realize how hard it is. You know, you don't play for 9 months, and then you know, like we only got 2 or 3 weeks before he played on the 8th of December before he even got to practice with the team. And so, and then he was on a minute restriction for the first 3 weeks, and you know, he was rusty. You know, heck, if not playing for 9 months doesn't make a difference, I'm not sure why we practice all year, you know, and play all year. So, you know, he sits out for 9 months. I'm shocked, really, how quickly, you know, he's come back. Because you just don't anticipate a guy that's been out 9 months, and when you have both knees worked on you, you know, you're not doing anything. And so for him to sit out that long and how quickly he's come back, you know, I think it's pretty good. And, you know, obviously we needed it. We needed his offense. He's got good basketball savvy. And, you know, the thing he's really picked up is that rebounding here the last 3 games since he's gotten a little better shape. You know, conditioning is so important on rebounding. And now that he's gotten a little better shape, his rebounding numbers have really picked up. And, you know, now we got to get him to put it on the floor a little bit more and get to the free throw line a little bit more and get those assists up a little bit. But, man, he's shown a lot of basketball savvy and a lot of good things here the last 2-3 games.
I realize you get both of these teams twice. You get them again at home, but for an opportunity standpoint for resumes and whatnot, Dana, these are 2 of the biggest games you've got the rest of the way. Do you try to impress upon your younger players about that?
No, we just got to go play. You know, I haven't talked anything about postseason. We just kind of got to go game to game with this young a team. You know, I don't think right now at this point of our season we're talking about. If we don't start playing better and doing the things necessary, you know, it's not going to matter. You know, so we got to go to Arizona, swing away, do the best we can, get better at everything, and if we do that, you know, we'll have our shot. But if we don't do those things, you know, then you know we're not going to have our shot. And so I think that's what we got to impress upon the guys the next 2 days is here's what we got to do. Let's focus in on doing those things and put ourselves in that position and see what happens. And I think if the guys approach it that way, focusing on what we have to do to be successful, you know, we'll have our shot.
He hit some threes against SC, but the last couple of games, his scoring hasn't quite been what he's used to. What does he have to do to get out of this shooting?
Well, you know, he's got to take good shots. He's got to continue to be aggressive. You know, I thought he passed up a few good looks the other day, and we need him to continue to be aggressive. But, you know, defenses are shifting a little bit to him because they know he's been a big part of our offense. But, you know, he's got to hit open shots like he did, and he's got to be more aggressive. And, you know, getting to the free throw line would help him. You know, getting to the goal a little bit more to make plays, and a little bit tighter handles straight at the basket. Try to get to the free throw line a little bit.
Poole came back for a little bit. Greg Bull came to pay a visit?
No, it's not to visit. He's here. He's we're enrolled him in class, and he wants to be here. And so as long as he takes care of his his academic responsibilities, and it's going to be a little tough getting around on that scooter and that, but he's a wonderful young man, and he just wants to be here with the guys, and heck, I want him here. He's a good, he picks up the team. He's always bouncing around. He's always positive with the guys. He's telling them to play harder, and so I like having him around.
Field Center's a tough place to play, but you're taking teams in there and one. How big has trying to eliminate distractions in such a hostile territory? How big has that played a factor in the past?
Well, it is great atmosphere. It's not any secret. They set the standard in the Pac-12 for atmosphere. And so it is a tough place to play. They've had good players, and good crowd make any place a tough place to play. They've had good players, and they've got a good crowd. So we just got to go down there and focus on what we've got to do. And we've had a couple teams go in there and have some success, but they've really been focused, and they've really had a purpose when they've gone in there. And last year we had a shot. We went right down the wire with them. We had a shot. We weren't tough enough to do it. And you've got to be committed. You got to be focused, and you're going to have to rebound. That's one of the big keys is we got to rebound the ball. This weekend, and that was a big factor. We were big minus in our first two losses. We were a big plus against USC, so that's a big factor.
You mentioned being kind of pleasantly surprised with how quickly Lou came back. The way he took to your wanting to get more rebounding out of him, did that surprise you at all? I mean, the maturity.
I just thought it was a conditioning thing with him early that he wasn't rebounding. That's you look at all great rebounders, they're very well conditioned usually, and so yeah. But now he's just in a little better shape to go get it. But I think he's right around 9 in the last 3 games, and so that's a really good figure for him. Really good for us. Without him, those first 2 conference games, we got beat bad on the boards. Without him, we really got beat.
All righty.